Welcome, my friends of the interwebs. For today's viewing pleasure, we have a not so much review of veggie crunchers. Now, let me give you some background on this first. So, I'm trying to get a little healthier. Actually, trying to get a lot healthier. And I'm moving away from the traditional snacks. You know, the crap that we all consume by the barrels. You know, the Lay's potato chips and the Doritos and crap like that. Trying to purge my life from all that garbage. So, in a process of doing the right thing, or at least thinking I'm doing the right thing, I ran across this bag of what they call veggie crunchers. And veggie crunchers on the surface seems pretty cool. It's sea salted. Now, I don't have an issue with salt. I don't have an issue with blood pressure. But, you know, hey, any little thing I can do. Like I said, I'm going towards the healthy route. So it's sea salted. It's basically, in a nutshell, it is dehydrated sweet potatoes, squash, carrots, taro, and green meat. Okay, and to be honest with you, they really kick some ass. I mean, they're really tasty. At least I think they're really tasty, very flavorful. You know, and when I grabbed the bag, I looked at it. It was nice little chips of dehydrated veggies. It's got to be a good thing. And of course, I looked at the ingredients, and you know, there was total carbohydrates. We're a little high, 18, but you know, it's a snack. Cholesterol 0. Hey, I'm down with 0. You know, and the sodium really wasn't insane. You know, so on the surface, it looked pretty good. I mean, it really did. It looked pretty good. Total fat, 6 grams. I mean, in comparison to potato chips and Doritos, this is actually pretty good. At least this has like vitamins, like vitamin A, you know, 140%, calcium 2%, vitamin C 8%, iron 6%. When's the last time you've seen a bag of potato chips or Doritos have anything to do with vitamins? So, you know, I'm doing, you know, look, I dig these. They taste good. I mean, everything's golden all the way up until, well, I guess I ate about half the bag, and which is never good. But I ate about half the bag, and then I'm just kind of reading some of the stuff they have on there. You know, the just important foods, blah 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 blah. And you know, then I get down to this thing. Bam! Product of Vietnam. Holy shit! Product of Vietnam. Now, okay, listen. I realize that I'm probably one of the last of the generations that can remember the Vietnam War. Now, I vaguely remember. When I was a little boy, I can remember seeing news reports about, you know, Vietnam. And we were at war with Vietnam. Whether it was right or wrong really isn't the point. You know, I'm always for the home team. More importantly to me was the bigger picture of communism. Now, I do believe, too, that I'm probably one of the last generations, at least, and when I say last generations, I'm talking of the people on YouTube, at least, who really remember communism for what it is. I mean, I can remember the Berlin Wall coming down, and I realize a lot of people on the interwebs today, at least the ones on the social networking sites, have absolutely no clue. But I remember what it was like for these people. I remember watching news reports of East Germans risking their lives, literally risking their lives to try desperately to get to West Germany. And the reason they wanted to West Germany was because it was not communist. And throughout the years, you know, I noticed, I mean, you look what goes on with Cuba. People will risk their lives to cross shark-infested waters in a makeshift raft just to get to the United States, which is not communist, at least not yet. We're heading in that direction, in my opinion, but at this point, we're not communist. So to me, do I, in good conscience, support communism at all? I mean, buying these veggie crunchers, hey, I'm supporting a communist regime. Now, yeah, you don't hear the nasty news out of Vietnam, but you know what? Who knows what goes on there? I'm telling you, in communist countries, listen, I have yet to see a communist country that does not have a horrible human rights record. You know, in case in point, if you need a kidney and you have the money, you can go to China and they will execute one of their prisoners to facilitate you getting a kidney. These are things that only happen in communist countries. And, you know, and yeah, sure, you could say, well, yeah, you buy a lot of stuff from China. I'm almost forced to that because everything is made in China anymore. At least it seems that way. But I do, in my defense, try to go out of my way to buy American. or at the very least by non-communist products. And this is really the first time in my life, at least, that I've ever seen a product that said "Made in Vietnam," and it was kind of freaky to me. You know, do we support communism now? Is that what we do as a country, as a free nation? Is that what we do? We support communism. I mean, I'm just asking. This is a question. Do we support communism? By purchasing the veggie crunchers, am I supporting, or anybody else that buys the veggie crunchers in the United States or anywhere outside of a communist country, are they de facto supporting communism? I mean, I think it's a legitimate question. And if you're okay with supporting communism, I'd really like to know why. You know, I mean, make a stand for communism. I'd like to hear a good argument as to why communism should be the dominant form of government on the planet. I mean, really. You know, I mean, and I can't help but to think of North Korea. You know, those poor bastards over there. Good Lord. You know, if they only had a place to run to. You know, and I guarantee you, if North Korea, if that guy, if Kim Il or whatever the hell his name is, if he was to stroke out tomorrow, he does have health problems, there would be some other communist dictator taking his place, and the people would be just as bad off. You know, in my opinion, of course. Now, you know, I just don't know. I don't feel right. Now, here's the thing. I go to the store with every intentions in the world of finding a replacement product for veggie crunchers. Okay? Thinking there has to be something similar to veggie crunchers. Unfortunately, I have yet to find anything. So, which, by the way, if anybody out there knows an alternative to veggie crunchers, I do not care if I have to buy this on the web. I will be happy to. But my local Kroger's does not carry a alternative to veggie crunchers. So, having said that, ultimately, not to keep rambling about this, but I'm having a real difficult time with the whole, and you know, and take the Vietnam out of the picture. Okay, the fact that they were once our enemy, that doesn't really bother me. Truthfully, it doesn't bother me. Well, maybe a little bit. But what bothers me the most is the fact that it seems like this country is bending over backwards to support communism. We didn't break the back of the Soviet Union by supporting communism. We didn't. We didn't trade with the Soviet Union. And in the end, capitalism prevailed, democracy prevailed, freedom prevailed, and the Soviet Union collapsed. Okay, we supported China. I'm guessing it was Richard Nixon's fault. We support China, we buy their products, we trade with China, and now China is becoming a behemoth. They're a hybrid of the best things that capitalism can offer economically, okay, along with the total control of your population. That's what China is now. We've created a monster by trading with China, when in my opinion we should have never traded with China, ever. Should have done it. Why we did it I have no idea, but we should have done it. And now China is going to make us, and I mean us as in the free world, their lapdogs, and laughing the whole way. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short. It's already over 8 minutes. Question. Please give me some answers. Should we be trading with Vietnam? Should we be trading with a communist country? Should we? That's my question. Please answer. Everybody, peace out.